business is the engine that drives the economy, then you'll want to hear what our first person has to say this week. We welcome Rich Heffron, the president of the Delaware State Chamber of Commerce. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
In May, Governor Carney eliminated the Delaware Economic Development Office, or DEDO, and it was part of his new economic development plan that pushes more public-private partnerships. Do you see this as strengthening Delaware's economic climate, and if so, how?
Well, we were one of the organizations that was in the forefront of getting this done. And yeah, other states have done it, and we believe it'll make that we're already fairly nimble, but by having the private sector involved, I think we'll be able to offer more. And you want the private sector involved, because if you're attracting or trying to get a certain type of business to expand, you want them to talk to people who are in similar businesses or had similar experiences and tell them about the positives and why to be here. And I think that's going to go a long way. Plus, there'll be more flexibility than there is under the government.
Delaware threw its hat in the ring for to be the home of Amazon's headquarters, second headquarters. What do you think our chances are?
One out of however many their cities have put their hat in the ring. I mean, it's going to be tough. It's a long shot. It's a long shot for most of the cities that are going to play. But it's worth trying. And if nothing else, you're going to learn a little bit about how this works and how the people at Amazon think. Plus, they do have regional headquarters around the country, the country, and maybe we end up with the regional headquarters. But it's worth the effort.
Well, the RFP had asked for one bid per region, yet Wilmington, Philadelphia, Camden, we all submitted bids. Does that hurt Delaware's chances?
I don't know if that hurts Delaware's chances as much as trying to go up against a big city like Philadelphia. They have certain advantages we wouldn't have. I think the big question is, we know for a fact that like Atlanta is prepared to give up the $2 to $3 billion invested in over 20, 30 year period. So Amazon would go there. We can't do that. I mean, that's our whole budget. So I think that's the biggest disadvantage we would have.
Lots of co-working spaces are popping up. Two I know in Wilmington, and well, I can't remember where the second one is. Actually, two in Wilmington. So. Is that sort of the new business model here in the state that's taken over? I think
it's a new business model across the country. Philadelphia's been very successful with it. We started a little late, but I think we're getting there. The 1313 in the Mill, the two you're talking about, and the people who have begun those I'm trying to think of a proper word, but. There's two spaces are younger, and they are more in tune with what the younger people want who are starting a business. Things that you wouldn't necessarily think about, but faster internet. You can get faster internet. I don't know how that works, but it's important to certain businesses to be as quick as possible. They're the fastest possible internet. For instance, one of them actually has a kitchen, and you can get beer, you can get food, and workspace that's reasonably priced. And they're more attuned to that than we are. And like I said, we're behind some other places, but I think we're starting to get there.
Hugely different business models than I've grown up with, that's for sure. Commercial real estate developer Harvey Hannon Associates announced that they are going to buy the Boxwood plant. What do you think? Is that a good sign? I mean,
it's a good sign. We knew that was a possibility for people have been talking about it for a while.
They're just redeveloping the site.
They're redeveloping the site.
Prepping it for
now,
whomever.
They haven't talked about anything specific, but we do know they've had other successful commercial ventures in other parts of the state, down along the river and in Sussex County, with both industrial and logistics operations. So we assume that's what they want to do there. You have a rail there. You're close to I-95. You can get to the Port of Philadelphia, the Port of Wilmington, the Port of Baltimore. You can get to the airports fairly easily. So we think that's probably what they're looking at. But that's a good sign, because there's nobody working there right now. So.
Governor Carney tried to raise personal income taxes this last round for the budget. It didn't happen. He called it a missed opportunity. Do you think that we need to adopt this shared sacrifice attitude, and is taxes the only way we're going to get ourselves out of the red?
One, taxes is not the only way you're going to get yourself out of the red. We have a lot of things we need to do, both spending and the revenue side. We had talked to him about it, and really what he wanted to do was restructure the income tax, the personal income tax, and add a category on the top with an increase. I think it was 2/10 in the tax. What we argued was we understood that, but he also needs to broaden the base. There are a lot of people in this state who don't make a lot of money, but make enough, and they don't pay any taxes. So there's some opportunities there. And I think you need to restructure our PIT, our personal income tax system.
Quickly, do you see, are we on the right path?
I think we are now. I think we are now. I think people have finally accepted the fact that the corporate structure has changed, not only here, but in the world, and we're starting to address that. I think there's good sign. DuPont, Dow-DuPont, two of their main companies are going to be here in Delaware, plus Commerce, and everybody's worried about Commerce. They've been a great success.
Okay, Rich Heffron, head of the Delaware State Chamber of Commerce, thank you so much for your time. You can check out this interview online at whyy.org/first.